COVID-19. It's all started in late 2019, Wuhan city of China. But by now, it has been spread all over the world and causing a global pandemic situation. With this, many has a question mark. Where did this COVID-19 come from? Many believe this is a biological weapon as a result of China-USA trade war. And some believe this can be a lab accident. I'm Shaka Kurahetti, and in this video, I'm going to talk about where did this COVID-19 actually come from. It's a known fact by now. USA and China are in a trade war. Many believe one of them created a biological weapon to overcome the other. When COVID-19 virus was spreading all over the Wuhan city of China, many pointed the finger at USA, saying that they created a biological weapon to put down the uprising Chinese economy. And since now the USA are having the highest infection rates, many are pointing the finger at China and saying that they created a biological weapon not only to put down the American economy, even the whole world's economy as well. Many people are having high doubts this can be a biological weapon because of its high infection rate and also the fact that it can be contagious even in the incubation period. But only considering these two factors can we assume that this is a biological weapon. What about the factor lethality? In bioweapons, lethality is one of the main factors. So in there, the mortality rate needs to be high and the survival rate needs to be low. When you compare the COVID-19 virus is having a mortality rate of between 2 to 3% and the survival rate is around 23% to 24%. In fact, we humans don't need to weaponize viruses to become lethal. Viruses themselves can weaponize themselves to become lethal than before. So before we get into that, let's get to know some important and basic knowledge of viruses. Viruses can be categorized things which can be in between living and non-living. As for the living characteristics, viruses have the ability to reproduce and also the ability to adapt themselves. But viruses needs to have a host body to reproduce. So therefore, that's viruses going to infect plants, bacteria, animals, and also humans for this reproduction. As you can see, this is the structure of a COVID-19 virus. So in here, this COVID-19 virus consists of many proteins. As you can see in here, right? So this is what you call a spike proteins. So also known as S proteins. These spike proteins is going to attach with the angiotensin converting enzyme 2 in the our body. So which makes the infection to be happen from there. So able to attach to our body. So this works as a lock and key process. And also this spike proteins allows this virus to have kind of a shape of a crown. So that's why these COVID-19 viruses are also known as the corona. And this is known as the membrane proteins, also M proteins. So these proteins also allows the virus to attach to the host body. And then these are known as the envelope proteins or the E proteins. So these envelope proteins works as a cover to protect the inside of this virus. So the inside of this virus or the in the nucleus of this virus, it has the new genome genomic RNA. So this genomic RNA is also being protected with another protein, and that is known as the nucleocapsid protein. With that, can you remember I said something? Genomic RNA. So what is this genomic or the genome? So let's look into it. Genome. The genome of an organism is the whole of its hereditary information encoded in its DNA, or for some it's in viruses, for some viruses it's in RNA. So this includes the both genes and non-coding sequences of DNA or in RNA as well. So in other words, simply I can say, so it's the whole collection of genes in certain species. Like our memory card in our phone, this genome will gather all the information and store and transmit this valuable information to our next generation in the purpose of the continuity of life. And these genome can be either DNA or RNA. So what are these DNA or RNA? DNA means deoxyribose nucleic acid and RNA means ribose nucleic acid. And these DNA and RNA are also known as nucleic acids. So as you can see in here, DNA is consist of two strands and RNA is consist of one single strand. And this DNA and RNA, both of them are made of these small nucleotides. So these small nucleotide chains of them are able to make this DNA or RNA. So in animals, humans, plants and bacteria, genome will be as DNA. And in some viruses also, the you can see DNA genome. And in most of the viruses, you will be seeing this genome as RNA. Sometimes, due to various reasons such as change of environment, can cause these genomes to change for its survival. And these changes will be occur in nucleotide sequences. So nucleotides can be changed by adding it or maybe removing or can be swapping within each other. So when these kind of nucleotide changes happen, it will change the nucleotide sequence. And when the nucleotide sequences are being changing, it will give a rise to new kind of a genome. So even a single nucleotide change can cause a new kind of a genome. And this is called adaptation. And sometimes without any reason, spontaneously, suddenly, these nucleotide changes can occur. And this is what you call spontaneous mutation. So these adaptations and some new favorable mutations can lead these species to have better ability to survive. And also, it can lead these species to evolve from pre-existing species. And when you look into DNA, since DNA is a double-stranded one, so to change its nucleotide sequence, you have to first break down its double strand, and then only you can change its nucleotides. When you compare with RNA, since it's a single-stranded, so it's quickly and frequently the nucleotides can be changed. So that means uh, viruses which are containing uh, uh, RNA as genome can frequently and rapidly go under uh, nucleotide changes. So that means viruses can go under frequently and rapid mutations and also adaptations as well, and which can also leads to rapid and frequent evolutions of these pre-existing viruses to new kind of a virus. Studies have proven that this COVID-19 virus is coming from coronavirus's family, and also it has a close resemblance to SARS virus. So therefore, it is been believed that SARS virus maybe got mutated, or it has been adapted to have better virulence, so to have be more contagious even in the incubation period. And also it might have changed its structural proteins, so it can such as S proteins, so it can have a better attachment to ACE2 receptors in our body, so it can increase the infectivity. So that means without our interference, viruses itself can go under these modifications, and we don't need to genetically modify these viruses. Viruses itself can genetically modify themselves and become more deadlier. With that point, I have to say, I'm not saying that we cannot genetically modify a virus. Of course, we can now, because with all the technology that we have and the genetic engineering which has been improved, we can genetically modify a virus. But what I'm saying that there is no use of, and there's no point of actually try to genetically modify a virus to become more lethal, because virus itself have the ability to become more lethal to us. My main purpose of doing this video is to uh, clear out the doubts that we have regarding this COVID-19 virus, and also to stop people becoming xenophobic, because after all, we all are humans. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you liked it. And so don't forget to subscribe and also to share this video with your friends and family.